Well, welcome aboard. Mr. DJ is back again, resuming the countdown on my fantasy playlist. We are more than halfway up my fantasy playlist the week of May 14th, 2006. If you're watching this video, thanks for watching. I'll try to make it worth your while. One of my favorite songs, I just listened to this again on YouTube a few minutes ago. It's been years since I heard this record. Ali and AJ at number 22 with Rush, down from 21 the previous week. That's a lot better on my fantasy playlist than what they did on Billboard's Hot 100, but I'll get into that in just a minute. The album is the album is called Into the Rush. It was their debut album. Ali and AJ. I do remember them being associated with Disney. As a matter of fact, the song Rush was first serviced to Disney radio stations. This was in the fall of 2005, but I gotta tell you, this is not a Disney song. They show a great deal of singing ability on this record, particularly when they get in this bridge and when they go through this key change in their voice and the guitar, and I'm like, God, this is lovely. This is near awesome. I want to go up to them and say, man, I like this record. Y'all were lovely on this record, but they didn't gain traction until the song was released, February 2006, across the land. But only got as high as number 59 on Billboard's Hot 100. Medley, it's not a top 10. Top 20? Maybe. Top 30? Yeah. Should have gone a little bit higher. At least on my fantasy playlist, I had it up to number 22. The album sold big time. Into the Rush, their debut album, sold 25,000 copies first week of release. It debuted at number 36 on the album charts on Billboard. And get this, the album sold 25,000 copies a week for nearly 30 weeks on the album charts. Ultimately, the album would sell about 840,000 copies here in the States. Around the world, 1 million copies. 40 weeks on the album charts. Consulting my notes. The reviews are mixed. And I got notes on a couple of them. A woman named Fran Garman, or Gurman, can't pronounce her last name correctly. She's with About.com. She gave this a 4-star. She praised the girls for their singing ability and their talent, and they got that. Played great guitar, too. AllMusic.com, a prestigious music site. I do a lot of my research off of AllMusic.com. They got great biographies and trivia on their website. Not so generous with this album. 2.5 star. The guy, the author, the reviewer, indicated that although they had some strong ballads on this album, they didn't venture much beyond that in terms of true innovation or whatever. But I'd be a little bit more generous than 2.5. I'd give it probably about 4. About 4. And I think some of the remakes they did on this album, one of the remakes that they did, I always forget. Do You Believe in Magic by the Lovin' Spoonful. I remember hearing that on AOL radio, and I was thinking, they're really charming on this record. They really sound good on this record. But you just can't beat the Lovin' Spoonful. But you got to give them credit for trying anyway. They also covered Katrina and the Waves' Walking on Sunshine on the album, Into the Rush. Well, I like this record a lot. It's nice to bring this thing back. Number 22, Ali and AJ with Rush.